change it.
Which one of the reefs is mine? You know which one of the reefs is mine? I was going to say, go get a picture and send it to you so I can put it on the IOC website. Can I get that to work backwards? How? Stop button. I think. No, you can't.
God!
They won't be allowed near it. Just down here. They've diverted us after the main road. Because we're hogging up fucking traffic.
At least these people understand.
just bear with us 2 seconds. Thanks very much. Massive turnout there. I'm now going to hand you over to Richard. Veterans Against Terrorism. Let's have a round of applause for the Veterans Against Terrorism. I want to tell you something. It's a privilege to stand here with my brethren, with my brothers and sisters who serve this country bravely. What a privilege it is to be with you all. And I want to thank Phil and Sean and Dan for setting this thing up. These men have taken great risks. These men have taken great risks to do this in this stand. And why are we here? We're here because our country is under attack and it's got to stop. I want to tell you something, brethren. This is the struggle of our age. This is the major struggle of our age. It's time for us to stand, and you men and women are here for such a time as this. Time to stand up to terror. And what is the terror threat that we face? The terror threat we face is jihadist terrorism that is stalking the streets of this country. I want to tell you something about my story. 30 years ago, I was posted to Northern Ireland to stand against terrorism, and many of you men and women here stood in Northern Ireland against terrorism, and I want to thank you on behalf of the people of Northern Ireland, because we've got peace now. We've got peace because of you. And I also want to say about Northern Ireland, the vast majority of the people in Northern Ireland are against the prosecution of veterans. They're against it. It shouldn't be happening. There shouldn't be veterans getting prosecuted for what happened in the Troubles. But that's not why we're here today. We're here today because there is a darkness stalking the streets of this country. And that darkness is Islamic supremacism. That darkness is jihadism. And we're standing against it. We're standing against it. It's a new menace. It's been growing for years like a cancer. And it's got stronger and stronger and stronger. And it's going to stop. It's going to stop. And I want to call on our Muslim friends and neighbours. We're not bothered what religion you are. I want to call on our Muslim friends and neighbours. Start throwing these people out of your communities, because we know that you are the victims of the jihadists as well. And if you throw them out of your community, we will stand with you. Yes? Yes. We will stand with you. We will support you. But I want to say a word. I want to say a word to the jihadists. We do not fear you. Yeah. No. You will not win. No. You will not impose your Islamic fascism on this country. It will not happen. There will be no Islamic supremacism in this country. We will win. Yeah. To the next suicide bomber who thinks when he explodes his vest in a crowd of civilians, of little girls, that thinks he's going to go to paradise, I've got news for you, my friend. You're going to open your eyes to the flames of hell. But I want to say this very strongly. We also completely condemn any violence against Muslims. That is not what we're about. Correct. It's not what we're about. We want to defend and protect our Muslim friends and neighbours. This isn't about religion. This is about extremism. See, there's been a moral failure. The heart of the government for years have allowed this to grow. They've got to change. A few weeks ago, Theresa May stood and said, enough's enough. She was right. Enough is enough. This has to change and it has to stop. And we put a petition out. I'm sure many of you signed it. If you haven't signed it, get on Facebook, get that petition signed. We want 100,000 signatures on it, and we're going to present it to Amber Rudd, the Home Secretary. And what we're calling for in the letter that's going into Parliament is this. First of all, we want to lock up the 3,000 jihadists. We want to lock up the 3,000 jihadists that the government, the MI5 said, are causing a problem. We want to see them locked up. Secondly, we want to see the returning members of ISIS. We want to see the returning members of... I'm about to take off here. We want to see the returning members of ISIS tried for high treason. Yes. They have murdered little girls. They have raped, they have pillaged, and they want to destroy our country. It is treason, and they must be arrested and tried for high treason. War crime! As the Chancellor, yes, war crime. As the Chancellor of the Exchequer, Philip Hammond, called for this in 2014 when he was Foreign Secretary. We agree with him. Get them locked up, get them tried for treason. Get on with it. We also want to give the security forces as much support as we possibly can. We want them to have as many resources as they can. We're also against the imposition of Islamic blasphemy law and Sharia law in the UK. Yes. We want to ask where the money's coming from to support these groups. We know there's a report that's gone out. We want to see that report published. And I want to say this as a close. There is no acceptable level of terrorism. There is no acceptable level of terrorism. Living in a big city does not mean that you should be part and parcel of terrorist attacks. We should be able to live in a big city. The government has given advice. If there's a terrorist attack, on what to do. It's the complete opposite of what squaddies want to do. They've told us to run, hide, and tell. No. I want to say this. No. If there's a terrorist attack, stand, fight, and protect. Just a quick one now. Yeah, you all know about Big Phil? Right? If it weren't for him, our last video got 6.5 million hits. Right? We are being heard. I'm now going to put you on to the big man himself, Phil Campion X22 SAS. Supporting something that's so clear to all our, dear to all of us. I'm not quite as energetic as that last show, to be honest, so you're going to have to bear with me a little bit, alright? I'll start again with one line. Now this line I came out with on the television today, and it's stuck in people's minds, and the line is, there are people in this country targeting and killing our children. Not wanting to, not trying to, not pretending to, they are. Okay? Now that's the game changer. That's where things change around. That's where we have to start doing something about it, okay? Because the minute you talk about something, well that's fine, but the minute you start doing it, it becomes a completely different ball game altogether. And that's what this is about. We are not political, we're not racial, we're not religious. We're real people. We're people who live in these towns that these scumbags have decided to come to and try and break up with their lunacy and their idiot ideals and whatever it is they're trying to get across, okay? All I want is somewhere where my family can live safely, alright? Yes! Behind us, okay, you see made out of bronze. You see made out of bronze behind me, good men. Good men that have led other good men. We spent years building this country up to what it is, alright? We don't want to just see it smashed apart by a load of lunatics, a load of people that ain't worth the whatever's under my shoe, alright? It just ain't on, all right? At least 3,000 people are at large in this country who are actively taking part in supporting in activities to undermine the greater good here. And that's the ones we know about. All right, that's the ones that we've been told we know about. Something needs to be done about these people. It's no good. It's no good just saying, you know, what do you want me to stand on television again in a couple of months' time and go, oh, that's terrible, that's really bad, but I could have told you it was coming. And then do you want people to go, we knew about him, we knew about him, we knew about him, we knew about him. It ain't on. We've got to stop it. And the only way you'll stop it is by doing something about it, okay?
Exactly.
I've always been told that in times of peace, you prepare for war. We've had a small period without incident, and it's as if people already think we're out of the woods and we've won the war. I'll tell you something now. I'll tell you something 100% now that I can guarantee on my life and my kids' lives. We've not won the war on terror. We've not come anywhere near it yet. Absolutely not anywhere near it, okay? We are still very much under threat. Every one of us. The fact there's not been attacked for a while only says to me that they're planning something even bigger and better next time, okay? And they're hoping that everybody's going to forget about them, and then they're going to come back and smash us in the head again. All right? That's the reality of what's going on here, okay? They're winning. In as far as every time it goes quiet for a while, so do we. And we give them a chance to reorganise, regroup, and re-smash us again. The security services in this country do a tremendous job, but they're being hampered by wishy-washy, pussyfooting shower of shit! Okay? And that's exactly what we've got. And I don't mind the odd profanity now and again to highlight exactly how heinous those imbeciles are, okay? It's not if they're going to attack us, it's when are they going to attack us. We need to keep strong, and we need to keep on at those in charge and insist change. Wars are not won sat on your sofa. Voices are not heard unless you're out and about. And people cannot be counted unless they can be seen. And you people can be seen today, so you can hold your heads up high. I stood there in London, and I stood up and I was counted, and I tried to do something about what was going wrong, and hopefully we will succeed. We still have policemen walking dangerous streets without the correct equipment to deal with the threats they face. I wonder who's writing their risk assessment. I'm not allowed nowadays to load a lorry unless I'm wearing full protective gear. Yet someone has signed off and letting people who protect us wander around without means of defending themselves or the people they signed up to protect. It's absolutely bureaucracy gone mad. If there is a problem in any walk of life, the only way to deal with it is head on. We have a massive problem, and all the time we are pretending it will go away, it's getting stronger. The time to act was missed. We've missed the time to act, okay? We've let it slip. We've let our guard down, okay? We're now playing catch up. When I served in the regiment, we were taught to act with speed, aggression and surprise to get amongst our enemies. Unfortunately, the enemy we face cannot be tickled into submission and cannot be talked out of what it's doing. Brave men need to get up in the early hours of the morning and rip these bastards off the streets. I'm going to finish by saying, the IRA once said, we only had to be lucky once, and you've got to be lucky all the time. There is no luck involved. In the right laws are in place, and the security services are allowed to carry out their jobs properly. By tackling the problem in the right way, the tables can reverse, and they can be the ones to become needing the luck, all right? We shouldn't need the luck, they should need the luck, okay? And trust me, their luck will run out one day. I'm just going to finish by saying, this is my last talk for the day, okay? I'm just going to finish by saying, we don't own this great country, okay? We don't own one inch or millimetre of the land of this great country. We just safeguard it for our children. And hopefully one day we hand it over in a fit state for them to carry on and push this society that we know forward, okay? Let's make sure we don't hand it over to a bunch of lunatics that just want to carry out heinous acts on our soil. Thank you very much for coming. finish off, right, before we play this, the girls are going to just give us one more thing. But just let me tell you something now. When we started, everyone thought we were a fad, right? They all thought, oh, it's because of this one attack. Let me tell you, no, it's not. Right? We are not going away. We will be back down here on the 8th of October supporting the football lads. Yay! Right? We are now planning... Seven. We are also planning Edinburgh at the back of November. We are not going away.
Dan, St Andrew's Day.
Right, then we're going somewhere else. We are not going to stop until we get results. The girls now are going to play us a tune while me, Sean and Phil go over to Downing Street and give them our letter and our petition. The press or whoever's here with us, follow over by all means. If I can appreciate the rest of you can stay in this containment area, because then we're going to finish off with last post. Alright, everybody in agreement? Listen, give yourselves a round of applause. Let me hear you roar.